In terms of the users, how are you finding the level of comprehension around Copilot from customers?
That is a place where I think we haven't hit maturity yet. And I think part of that is because of the market space that Business Central serves. When you look at AI as a technology, I think
Hmm.
we're seeing adoption from two different ends of the market. We're seeing adoption from the enterprise folks, where companies have a CIO, a vision, a budget, maybe even some data scientists or the money to afford somebody with a data scientist to create some very complex industry-based solutions, right?
Yeah.
AI for the manufacturing world, AI for the healthcare world, and they're spending big dollars. They're either getting amazing returns in your investment or failing spectacularly, but they have the money to do those things. We're seeing massive adoption from the other end, and that is a consumer end, where Rory, you and I, and a lot of people like us, we read the news, we hear about ChatGPT, or a couple years ago, we started hearing about it. What do? We kind of go in, sign up, start asking questions, playing around, see what it can do. Maybe even made the silly mistake of uploading something that related to a business document, right?
Yeah.
Before you like, oh, I shouldn't. Maybe it's going to train. Yeah, it's going to. So we do those things, and they're free, they're cheap. Google's got, everybody's got one, right?
Yeah.
So you're seeing massive adoption there. But in that smaller side of the business, SMBs, maybe even the lower end of the mid market, you have to remember some of those are very small and flat organizations, and they have limited budgets. And unless a room of the house is on fire, they will not address uh, that, right?
Uh,
So they're not into making investments; they're into fixing problems that make a company not make be profitable.
yeah.
So AI might look nice, but they don't have a CTO, they don't have a CIO.
No
The
vision.
IT directors may not exist or is overworked and doesn't have time for these nice things. So sometimes they look at it and just go, we don't know how good or bad this is. Keep it out, keep it out. And they're pushing it out the door. They're fighting it, right? Just like swatting a fly away.
Yeah.
While at the same time, the users are bringing what I call BYOAI, bring your own AI, just like you used to have in college, bring your own beer,
Yeah.
right? Or then later it became bring your own device into the workforce where people started bringing phones. Now you have bring your own AI thing happening. So the company doesn't realize they have AI, but the users have like six different AI solutions because Bob is using ChatGPT and Tina's using Gemini and so on. And
Yeah.
it's just wild, wild west. So you're seeing that type of encroachment. But what's happening over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months, I think the story is getting told over and over again, especially with Microsoft. I think Microsoft's been a pioneer
Hmm.
without having their own, without having their own large language model. They're a pioneer because they have taken and invested heavily into OpenAI
Yeah.
and their large language models and GPTs. And they have then taken that same GPT model that's running ChatGPT, but they've added more guardrails around it, right? They've secured it for the workplace.
Yeah.
They have put it in a business environment where you can quickly and easily get information about your files from OneDrive, your emails, things that you should have access to. They have made it so that there's enterprise data protection, so that your information is secure and encrypted. They've
Yeah.
made it sure that so that when you upload a file, even though you're in your own tenant, it's not going to train a public data model, right? So all those things. So as smaller business leaders and IT people hear about this, they can start to say, ah, maybe it's not so scary. It's not that. This is a more safe experience. It may not be a perfect experience, but it's a safe experience. And
Yeah.
even why I say it's not a perfect experience is because if you've done a bad job of securing your data with the right permissions and governance, people might end up getting access to things they shouldn't. It's not the tool that's at fault; it's the setups, right?
Yeah.
So I say all of that to say, we're first we saw a lot from over here, and we were all looking in awe, but we can't afford it because AI is this big, bad, mean, expensive tool like Elon Musk's SpaceX rockets that take you to the moon.
Yeah.
And then we saw, oh, AI is so simple, we can all do it, but your boss is swatting it away to where we're finally seeing some warmth and opening. But there's still, I think, a lack of understanding and truly how AI can benefit the organization. So oftentimes we say, if you're going to have a tool, if you're going to use a technology, there should be a real business case for it. And I don't think the average small business is able to articulate what that business case is. So
Yeah.
you could say Copilot for Microsoft 365, the productivity AI tool, where you can have easy answers to your emails or a summary of your email, or your Teams meetings get transcribed and you get a summary or recap and action items, or Word can kind of do things for you and so on. Those experiences become a useful entry point. where
Yeah.
you say, my people can become more productive. I can add productivity. It's not the perfect solution for everybody, but it's, and then I think the next step, and that's where we are. And I think we're going to see the next step, which is people are going to look at all these amazing experiences that Microsoft talked about at Ignite, where you can make your own agents, right? Some of the
Yeah.
tools are already there, but they've made it easy for the truly citizen user and developer to go and make their own agentic experiences very, very quickly and say, oh, we can build this, we can do this. Oh, look, you have all this information, you want to quickly access this, create an agent around it. You want to do this, I've got a solution for it. And wait, look, everything is very secure. So Microsoft's doing this great job that Google isn't. Google's doing it for consumers more than they are for businesses. If
Yeah.
Amazon and others are doing it, they're doing it for enterprise grade, but not for that big space. So this year, we'll see a continued growth and some maturity in that space. And I think that's really the marketplace where there's the endless opportunities, small budget AI projects,
Yeah.
easy to accomplish, smaller timelines. And partners like us and a lot of other ERP partners who serve that SMB space, I think are also going to be, to some extent, the partners that deliver these solutions, because we don't have to be data scientists. We have to be smart business consultants and citizen developers
Yeah.
who understand and who can marry this wonderful generative AI tool with your business systems in a new modality, a new way of talking to those systems, and give you some good results. That's where we're heading. We're not quite there yet, but
Yeah.
I think you understand kind of we're coming at it this way, and we'll slowly meet in the middle for affordable but business meaningful solutions.